Yes, boss. See the topic and what it is that we're talking about, right? You should never wait for a person to get their behavior together. Never heard of that before. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run it for you. Make it real juicy, real suave, real sexy. Feel me? So here's the deal. When you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to wait for this person to get their act together, or maybe she'll change, or maybe one day he'll change, you got to understand that when you tell yourself these little things, it's like you're setting yourself up for failure. Mind you, we're not God. So that's one thing. You got to understand that, right? We're not God. We can't expect people are going to change whenever it is that we want them to. But you have to understand that if change is necessary, people are going to have to be pushed towards some form of a point where it's like, you know what, I got to change. And I'm going to tell you the golden rule. Oftentimes, people are willing to change when they see that their behaviors have costed them way too much. I'll say that again. People are going to be willing to change and make better decisions when they see that their behaviors have cost them too much. So, example, let's say you're a female, you're a woman, and you talk to a guy. The guy, you like him, but he has some immature ways. You know you like him, and he knows that you like him, but you give him this vibe like you'll wait around. When you give somebody the vibe that you'll wait for them, you're going to turn into like a book on a shelf, dog. People are going to put you there and they'll come for you whenever they feel like they're ready. You get what I'm saying? You have to understand this. When you give somebody the choice or the ultimatum, or you kind of give them that, I think this person's going to wait for me, trust and believe. If a person believes or look at you like a sucker or like you're not going nowhere, you ain't going to find nobody as hot as me, they're going to leave you there. That's why you never wait on anybody. But ultimately, understand this. When a person is pushed against the wall, like, you know what, my behavior cost me the girl that I really loved, or a girl who really loved me, or a job that these people really valued me, or you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand that you can only play games but for so long, and you can't run games with somebody who really knows their value like that. You get what I'm saying? Some people who probably, I'm not saying people who don't know their value burn out their time on other people. That's not it. Some people just see a situation with a person and hope that, you know, this is how it's going to end. This is the person I want to be with. Sometimes that's not the way how things are meant to be. You feel me? That's why I said when you continue telling yourself, yo, I'm going to wait for this person. Maybe one day they'll change. You're setting yourself for failure, because you have to understand that there's little factors that play out into this, right? One, lack of control, right? You can't control a person's decision making or their thought process. You can force a person's decision. You can force their hand by the things that you do. Mind you, as I said, if you give people a vibe that you're going to wait around, they're not going to be in a rush to like hurry up and move, or let me change my ways. No, you showing that you finna wait there. If you pick up and you, hey, deuces, bye, bye, you out on a person and they see it, oh, she'll call back next week, or he'll call back next week. Next week ain't coming, next month or next year. That's going to make people start to worry, because you have to understand this in life. Certain words that you use or certain ways that you may treat people, it may give them the vibe like, oh, I'm like their lifeline, or that's my lifeline, or that's a backup plan. They're never going to go anywhere. You have to stop telling yourself this, bro. If you're a person who has the ball in your court and you think a person won't walk out on you, think again. You get what I'm saying? You're a person that's waiting on the shelf and thinking, man, this person knows me and my value. They're gonna hurry up and change for me. Guess again. You gotta understand. You gotta apply pressure to people, dog. You gotta show people you not fucking off. You feel me? It's just like, example. You ever seen that episode of the Boondocks when Tom and Usher, or Tom's wife was messing around with Usher, or she always was flirting around with Usher? The man had no backbone, dog. You feel me? You keep keying and, oh, honey, you need to show me some respect. She didn't give a fuck. The minute he said, you know what, bitch, I'm done with your attitude, she felt it like, oh, he's serious now. That's what made her get up and go chase him out of the restaurant. And Pop said it. Granddad said, oh, Tom finally grew up handsome. Like, you got to understand this. If you show people you too friendly, or you too nice, or you're not going to do nothing, or you're going to wait right here for me, people are going to move according like that. You got to learn how to go AWOL on people, dog. You don't know what it is? I'll teach you that. You feel me? You got to sometimes make people feel like, yo, you know what? Yeah, this person's going to be here when they turn around, or they're still there. Then they keep turning around. They're still there. They turn around. That person gone. They'll be right back. They probably just went to the store or something. They keep turning around. That person not there. Reality is going to set in. You have to understand this and teach yourself this, right? Nobody in this world is really like dumb like that. You could be naive. You could be somebody who's not fully on beat with the situation. But people who do these things where they try to make us wait and vie for their time, or I'm splitting your time that I'm supposed to give you with 1,000 other people. These people know what they doing, bruh. Sometimes people don't got the respect for you, or they feel like you don't got the balls to get up and walk away. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Sometimes the power or the way we make people feel, it's us that did that. You got to learn how to snatch that away from people. Because sometimes when people get too comfy, they're going to continue running the game and keep trying you like that until you pick up the point that, listen, if you want somebody to respect you, you got to learn how to what? Respect yourself. You cannot expect somebody's going to adhere to what it is that you want them to do or move on your type of time if you haven't really shown respect for yourself. Or you get what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense. Sometimes we believe, you know, this person is going to, they'll love us, they're going to be willing to change. Sometimes people get used to having like a crutch, like a lifeline. It's like a bike. What keeps a bicycle standing up? A kickstand. Remember the terms I use. Sometimes people will look at you like a kickstand. You're there to keep me afloat, or you're going to always be around. You got to show people you could go AWOL on them, dog. When you boss up and you go AWOL on people, it shows people that, yo, this person, one, never really needed me. It shows people, too, yo, this person might have really liked me, dog. They really wanted me to get my act together. You force people to change then. And remember, as I stated, people aren't willing to change unless it's going to cost them. They're not going to be willing to change unless they see that their ways have cost them, or it's costed them certain things that they value. And now it's like, damn, now I got to change my ways. But you got to understand that the only reason why people are doing that is because they see that their ways have costed them things that were of value, things that they probably may have not given it its full time. So I'm going to give you an example into that, right? Let's say you talk with somebody, right? Man or woman, take it however it resonates. You gave your time to a person. This person know you're decent. Oh, this dude is good, or this female's good. They know you're a decent person. You showing them that. Or I'll cook for you, I'll be there for you, and I'll talk with you, give you advice. But that person isn't pouring into you like how you're pouring into them. So it's not reciprocal. You get what I'm saying? You pick up and you leave from that person's going to start to begin to think, yo, this person was genuine. Oh, they'll probably be back. After a while, when they don't see you come back, they're going to have to end up kicking their own self. And one thing I'm going to tell you now, if you never heard of this before, people hate to know that they caused their own demise. Because how do you attack yourself, or how do you beat up yourself, or how do you fix a situation? You have to force yourself to change. Because you have to understand, some people, they would have never changed if their behaviors would have never drove away certain people in the first place. Because some people have this ego about themselves that they feel like, yo, I'm the ish, or, you know, nobody's going to want to leave from around me. You have to show people it's either you get rid of your behaviors or I'll walk. You get what I'm saying? Another one, stagnation. You waiting for people is going to keep you in stagnation. You're going to be like a car in park. Yeah, I'll wait here for you. I'll just be right here till you get back. Bro, that could be X on years. Who knows what time holds, bro? Who knows if, yo, tomorrow is our last day on this earth. You get what I'm saying? Why would you waste it on a person who probably ain't showing you the value that you know you deserve? You got to get up and show yourself that. You feel me? You got to understand that being stagnant is just nothing but wasting time. You're in park. There's nothing else going on. I'm just waiting for this person. When you do things like that, you make people feel even more inflated with their ego. Because this person left, of all the people in the world, and you waited for me, that inflates people's ego, make them feel like I'm the best thing popping, or I'm the hottest thing smoking. You got to learn how to humble people, bro. Just like example, let's say you talk to a girl before or a dude, and they know they look damn good. You cannot fall in line and play the games that the rest of the other people play, dog. And I'm going to break that down for you. There's some women who know this. Look, I got a dude who will pay my bills. I got a dude who will do this for me. You got to be the one that let her know, listen, my nigga, I'm not putting up with your shit. You get what I'm saying? And you got to stand on that. What Drewski say, stand on business. When you show a person you cannot friggin' play with me like the rest of them little clowns, they're going to have to make a choice. Because sometimes in life, some people look at things as I like quantity over quality. I got a whole bunch of hoes versus this one. You never know, that one person that you have that ride for you could probably overthrow all of these little options that you probably ever had in your life. You got to understand that if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to cost yourself in a bigger state. You get what I'm saying? As well as stagnation, emotional draining. Holding on to hope is just like when you go to church and they say, you want that car, brother, you pray for it. You want this, that, and the third, you hope and you pray. You're hoping and praying. Faith without work is what? It's dead, my nigga. If you're hoping and praying this job gonna call me, or I'm gonna get this car, and you're not working towards it, trying to meet the shit halfway, it's like you're praying for like something to happen out of thin air, dog. You get what I'm saying? Stuff don't work like that. You have to make it make sense and work towards what it is that you want. As well as that, opportunity costing. If you keep burning out time, dog, wasting on people, you're going to lose out on opportunities. Give you an example. Let's say you're a woman and you're waiting on this dude. Oh, I hope he gets his act together. I hope he gets his act together. I pray he gets his act together. You could burn out time on that one person, and guess what? A whole bunch of other guys that's of good quality come up to you and say, listen, I really want to talk to you. I really want to get to know you, whatever the case may be. And you go ahead and oh, no, I'm taking or I'm busy. You turn down a blessing hoping to, let me wait and see when this person's coming back. That could have been something that could have been life-changing for you, dog. You got to understand that in life, you have to strike while the iron is hot, bro. If you keep waiting and waiting and waiting, what are you doing? You're burning out time, dog. Remember, time is something you cannot get back. And time waits for no man. So if you're burning out time waiting on a person, oh yeah, maybe one day they'll get their act together. Yeah, maybe one day. You get what I'm saying? You don't know if that's going to be 5 or 6 years from now. You could have been way farther if you would have actually took the time to make some moves. You feel me? Lastly, empowerment. You got to understand that taking action for yourself empowers you. And this is very true. I'm going to close it off right here. When you take the action or the initiative to be like, hey, I'm a person of character. Hey, I'm a person of value. You cannot play with me like this. You teach people how to love you. If you stay there and wait for a person, yeah, you'll be back. I've been here for 2 years waiting. People ain't going to respect you. What they going to respect you for? You wasted, 2 years waiting on me while I was out here playing around, messing with this female, got with this one, got a new one, went on vacation, made some more money, and you still here? That gives people an inflated ego to do whatever it is that they want. And I'm telling you right now, especially if you a man, bro, I don't care how good a female thinks she look, bro. How good her ass, my ass fat, I don't give a fuck. Kick that hoe out. If that hoe don't got no respect, my nigga, boot out, my nigga. You have to learn how to make people learn how to respect you, my nigga. These are things that make people look at you different, dog. Give you another one. Coming up in life, a lot of people would try me because not only facial expressions or I look sweet, me being kind, I gave people that leg up to think, yo, yeah, I'll be here. They don't know, bro. I have an AWOL mentality. If you burn out my time, I'm going to go AWOL and you're going to regret it. You get what I'm saying? That's something that's worked for me my whole life. And I'm telling you this right now. I'm not saying in a way like I know, I'm just speaking on shit I know from my own experiences. If you keep giving people the vibe that you're going to be there, you're going to get tried. If you know that you're a person who could go AWOL on a person and you want the game to feel even sweeter where you reverse it on people, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll be here. Bye. Deuces. You could do whatever you want, but just don't waste time on people who probably would have never wasted time on you. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be one of those people. You feel me? Learn to love and respect yourself, Brian. Other people will give it back to you. Words can help you. It can hurt you. But here on my channel, I to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 440 for the world, man. Peace.